What's up, guys? This is no FUMAR coming at you with some Company of Heroes 2 gameplay. I haven't played a game, or rather recorded a game, in a very, very long time. Unfortunately, the replay I had planned to showcase to you guys got deleted, I guess because of an update. So right now what's going on is my partner and I, the Arrow, and me, are playing on some huge map. I really can't remember. We're playing against 4 computer players, 2 of which are hard and 2 of which are standard. And we have an expert and a hard computer player because generally they don't like to help us out very much. I'm sorry if the audio is messed up or anything, and these controls down here I'm not used to. This has changed a little bit. But anyway, we're going to go ahead and get started. I went a different command that I'm used to. Really quickly, I'm going to turn the volume down because I can guarantee you this is going to be way too loud. But anyway, I go with the rifle. No, I don't. What do I go with? Where am I? There I am. I went with shock rifle frontline tactics. This is not that long of a game, but I'm green and my partner is teal. I start working my way up the middle here. I try to get as forward as possible. I'm going to turn the fog of war on. Jeez, I gotta slow down here. I can't keep up with this. So I send some guys up the middle here to try and capture some of these points, as well as I start working my way up the left, just because I want to get as much map control as possible. And as you can see, I've gone with support weapons, and that means machine guns, mortars, and anti-tank guns. And one tip that I've found is when you are the Soviets and you are faced off against German engineers, it's best to get far away, because at close range the German engineers are pretty rough, and at long range the Soviets do much better. So I just try and bring some shock troops to try and do some damage and get some guys killed. I start throwing some grenades with some shock troops. I was just trying to assault them and harass them as much as possible. My partner is working his way up the right side here. He's trying to wrap his way around. This was not victory point, this was annihilation, so. But all in all, it was a pretty good game. My partner went with the Lend-Lease tactics, which is my favorite, which has the Sherman, which you normally can't get as Soviets. But I wanted to try something different, because you never want to do only one commander. You want to get as much exposure to different things as possible. Unfortunately, this world object was in the way, so I had to move my machine gunners to get a better angle. I think throughout the entire game these 2 mortar squads stay here. Pretty much I never retreat them, so they did a really good job. But anyway, it's just, I'm going to speed it up a little bit, because for the most part it's just back and forth. Me throwing some shock troops in there, my partner in the computer is moving up towards the middle. I mainly chose this commander because I wanted to get that IS2 and the KV-8, because as a combination I felt like they would do a good job on population control, especially in an annihilation map. So again, like I said, I started moving up to the side, trying to take some territories back. Got my shock troops up here in the middle, just doing as much infantry control as I possibly can, trying to move up, take some of these territories back. I'll take a look at my partner real quick, because we don't have to focus on me the whole time. Looks like he's being bombarded by a half-track. I'm surprised it hasn't been upgraded to a flamethrower half-track yet. It might not be in his commander tree. But anyway, he's doing a pretty decent job with the anti-tank grenades, just trying to harass them as much as possible. Unfortunately, he might have lost a rifle squad there. Back to me, we've got some engineers with flamethrowers, some shock troops. These squads run in, they just get mortified. But what I don't know is that there's a tank coming up, as well as many, many troops. For some reason, they love to they find one position and they just try and keep it the entire time. So I realized, hey, tanks are starting to roll out. I need to get some AT up here. And somewhere back here... Oh, I guess I must have... No, I didn't retreat them. I was looking at the enemy's point of view. So I got some anti-tank up here. Because I realized, hey, tanks are coming. Not good, not good. Again, sorry if my casting skill is a little bit off. I haven't casted in so long. I've been busy with school and work and things. So now that I'm back at just school, hopefully it'll be a little bit different. Maybe I'll get some videos uploaded more often. Making sure that you retreat your troops at the right time is very good. That way you can keep their veterancy and get their perks. So you'll find me oftentimes just retreating and running back out and retreating and running back out. Right now I'm at 9 command points. I think I needed 7 or 9 for the KV-8 and 11 for the IS-2. So I'm just trying to save up my fuel. I don't want to spend anything on a depot or anything because that IS-2 is quite a lot of fuel. It's something like 240 fuel. You don't want to lose it because it's a major downfall if you do. So back to my teammate. He's just slowly trying to work his way up the side, cap some territories back. We're trying to harass him as much as possible. Luckily, the computers were smart, and we're pumping out tanks to help counter that tank because my partner and I are... He's doing the Lend-Lease tactics, and he's also got a Katusha for some reason, but anyway. So what I decide to do here soon is I eventually say... At some point, these 2 territories get taken away from us, and I say, I gotta go get them, and we'll get back there in a second. But I'm just trying to harass up here, get some of these points back. At some point, we'll get there eventually. I make an interesting discovery. But for the most part, we pretty much, if you look at the mouse, we keep this line at the enemies, and they never really cross it. So we pretty much had, I'd say, 3/4 of the map control, so I'm surprised they were able to get out as many tanks as they did. We've got an abandoned Flak Panzer, the little octagon thing that I hate so much. It's actually a hexagon. Is it? Yes, it's a hexagon. So like I said, the computers are doing a good job. Again, I'm sorry this is kind of a comp stomp, but I don't really... There's nothing else I can really do. So at this point, we had lost these territories in here, and I said, I need to get up in here and take these back because no one else is doing anything. I drop a flame barrage here because I don't want them repairing their own tanks. There's a whole slew. Let's take a look at this. Whole slew of half-tracks. There's got to be 5 or 6 half-tracks there. It's ridiculous. Half-tracks are really harassing, and they get really annoying sometimes. Anyway, so I've got my... I think I have an engineer squad come up here in a second. But I've got my shock troops. They're going to come up. And I realize, hey, there's an Su-85 here that was abandoned. Well, I'm going to hop in there because I want to use that and utilize it. And what I thought was, hey, that ISU was going to be really low health, but for some reason, I guess it just someone sniped it and got the driver out. So I got an an Su-85 with pretty good health left. So that was pretty cool. But soon here, I think right there, yeah, I get my IS-2 out on the field. And at some point I just leave these guys over here because I'm tired of running back and forth between this area and this area. So I've got my AT gun and machine gun over here just to work population control. But then I've got my Su-85 and IS-2, and I said, alright, this is Annihilation, this isn't Victory Point. We need to make a move on. And with the IS-2 and 2 shock troop squads, I know that I can do some heavy damage. And as well as my partner starts realizing, who was able to, by the way, to capture that Ostwind. My partner and I realize, hey, we can move up the side here, do some heavy damage. And pretty much from here on out, it's just game over. So I'm going to speed it up a little bit because we don't need to bore each other with all the mindless details, you know. So he's got a bunch of Shermans and the Ostwind, and I've got an Su-85 and an IS-2. Ironically, my partner at this point thought that my color was a computer player, so he was wondering what the heck I was up to. In reality, we're actually losing a couple of these vital points, these choke point areas, and I had to keep running my guys back to reinforce them, but as you see here, I start to hit population cap pretty soon. But I know that it doesn't really matter because we just gotta get these guys' bases killed. So, I'm just gonna speed things up. I'll get some nifty angles and things. Some of the pathfinding on these tanks is pretty rough. They always have a rough time figuring out where to go and what to do. Which is one of the main complaints I have. Sometimes tanks take the really horrible paths to get to where they need to go, and they wind up dying because they get flanked. But like I said, pretty much from this point out, it's game over, so I'm just going to speed it up. I like this new layout they have down here. It's very interesting. Not something that I've been used to, so it took a couple seconds to get used to, but I'm just going to turn the fog of war off. You can see the purple, which I think is one of the expert computer players. Oh, you know, he's only hard. Oh, right, I'm sorry. Hard. Because there were 2 hard and 2 standard. But I do get a second IS-2 out here. One of them's got 14 kills, the other one's got none, pretty much. It just came out, but start saying, hey, you know, we're done, let's just get all our tanks in here and do as much damage as possible. But yeah, computers definitely gave us a good run for the money. If it wouldn't have been for my partner and I talking back and forth pretty much from across the hall, it would have been a much more difficult game. But we were able to pinpoint the areas that we needed to and hold them on lockdown, like this what is this, a guard tower, watchtower, which helps improve your range, as well as the middle choke point and the right choke point. Because we were able to hold those off, we were able to do a really good job and come out it with the win. And as you can see, we've just got total tank immiseration. Many tanks. If I was in this situation, I would be so done. Being able to even would not be able to happen right now, so I can't even if I was the other team. But again, guys, I think we're going to be over here second. Yeah, so we're done. But thanks for watching, and check out more videos if you want to see other things. Like and subscribe and all that crap. But again, sorry for the comp stomp, but I just thought it was something interesting to show. And remember to keep changing up the commanders, to diversify yourself, and focus on choke point control, as well as refreshing or putting troops back into your squads. Because they cost a lot less than having to pump out an entire new squad. And just again, like I said, try and diversify yourself and try different tactics. So this is No FUMAR signing off.